Dave, tell us just about how this week has gone so far and getting St. Mary's game. What's that mean to you guys?
Yeah. I think it's a big week for us going down the stretch to fill a couple holes in our foundation and get back to being the defensive team that we were kind of to start the year off. We're going to need that down the stretch, and that's kind of our mindset right now is to focus on us these next few days, and then obviously later in the week we'll get prepped for St. Mary's.
Coming off the Pepperdine game, have you taken away more of the first 36 minutes of trailing, or more of the last few minutes of coming back, or what's been kind of your main takeaway from that one?
I think in film there's always a good healthy amount of what not to do and a good healthy amount of what to do more. And I just think the message of really just playing together and playing with that fight that we need was clear. It was clear in the second half when we were doing it, and it was clear when we weren't.
You brought up how consistent Ethan has been for you guys, obviously after his block the other day. I'm curious kind of what he means to the group, just as a leader, having been around the block, played over 100 games. What does that mean to you guys just as a team?
I just think having that steady presence in our locker room and our huddles. The guys have respected him since day one, just because he's a heck of a basketball player, but more just how he carries himself, and he's an everyday guy. And I think that's what you need to have consistency in a program. And these guys that are young are going to take a lot from him, and he'll have his fingerprints on this program for a long time.
Coach, last time you guys played St. Mary's, you were so close. Does that inspire confidence going into the rematch?
Yeah, I think there's definitely some things that we think we can do to attack them and score on them. We had one of the better offensive games this season against St. Mary's. And then watching the film, we gotta guard them a little bit better, and there's some things that that are some fixable things that we can get better at.
What's the message to the team? Are you guys looking for revenge, looking to just bounce back?
Looking to get better. We got to take this step as a team, and St. Mary's is the next team in our path. But we got to get better. We need to get our defense back on track to stopping teams and being disruptive. What
kind of steps are you taking as far as defensively, just getting that approach locked in?
We're going to compete in practice today. Yesterday we watched a lot of film. We had a good defensive focus. I thought we knocked a couple things off as far as just understanding wise, but now it's a matter of going to do that. And it'll be a defensive emphasis. The only way you're going to score today is on defense, and I think that'll be a good message for the team.
How much does it help having Isaiah back when you have to go against Marshallonis, ton of experience, and a guy who really knows where everyone's at on the court? And even Mikey right now has had a lot of success shooting the three lately.
They have good all-around play. I was going to say they have good guard play. They have really good all-around play. But when you look at that St. Mary's game, second half boiled down to them kind of isolating us and playing one-on-one, and to have Isaiah back, who's probably our best perimeter defender, I think that should help a lot.
And then just with Morauskas kind of getting loose a couple times in that last game, is there a better matchup that you can figure out for him, and some way to kind of lock him down a little bit better than you guys did here?
Yeah, I think when you look at the way he scored, he was driving some of our bigs early in the game, late in the game. We had gotten more switching, and he was hitting some tough fadeaways over Nate and some of our guards. Some shots, to be honest with you, that probably low percentage shots that we kind of want to live with. But that comes down to us breaking rhythm a little bit better and mixing up our looks. I don't think necessarily mixing up the players guarding them.
And then, Dane had some success fronting Marshallonis in that game, but then, you end up with Saxon on a guard. Is there any chance we might see both of your fives on the floor at the same time, or a way to get Ethan down there more? What's kind of an adjustment that you can make this time around?
I thought we did mix up some hard hedge ball screens, some fronting the post, some playing behind the post. That's the two ways they score for the most part. They're one of the top teams in the country in the amount of post-ups they have and the amount of ball screens they have. So the fact that we took them out of that and made them play isolation ball, I think, is a plus. But we're going to have to mix up some other looks as well.
And then just heading into Moraga, it's small, it's loud, it's hot. Just kind of what's the message to your team heading into that? It's kind of like a high school environment back in the day for these guys.
It's a great environment, and it's loud. I've gone there growing up. Last time I coached there was during COVID, so there wasn't a crazy environment there. But it's one of the better home court advantages in the country, and we just gotta continue to be us and trust our experience this year of playing in good environments.
We've talked a lot about resiliency, leadership, and so on this year. Last week seemed to be maybe kind of the best of maybe the last few weeks in terms of that. Could have folded against Oregon State, still fought to the end. Obviously, the comeback against Pepperdine. Have you seen a mentality change a little bit, and maybe guys taking more responsibility and kind of showing a little more fortitude?
Yeah, I think that comes with experience and fighting through tough times, and I think there's times this season where we've kind of catastrophized bad things and made it way worse than it really was, and that caused us to snowball and other teams to go on runs, and I think we've gotten better with that. It starts with leadership with our veteran players, but that comes with experience as well.
Obviously, I think as you mentioned, you guys scored the highest points per possession against St. Mary's this season, the highest any WCC team has scored against them since, I think it was the 2023 conference tournament. Knowing that they're going to adjust a lot to what you guys did, how do you kind of counter-adjust in that way?
What makes St. Mary's special is their discipline. Like, they're not going to throw a million different looks at you defensively. Like, I think what they do is they're probably just going to try to do a better job at what they do, and they throw a couple tweaks in there. For us, it's kind of the same thing, but on the flip side, like, we just need to play with pace and play with second actions. If we can make them have to hard hedge 2 ball screens or have to guard twice in the post, I think that's where they have to move around a little bit more, and so we just got to do a better job of playing through those second actions.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Go Cougs.